Alright, welcome to the show, everyone. I am your host, James Balish, and this show is the WWE show, and matter of fact, and the episode is Extreme Rules 2013 Review. My idea of what happened at Extreme Rules was that it was fantastic. I mean, if you've seen it, that is, it's fantastic of what they did with that show. So, let's get straight into the review and results of what happened at Extreme Rules. Now, I know most people know what happened at Extreme Rules, who were the winners, who came out victorious, and all that, because you've watched Raw the next night, but I just thought nobody actually went over it as good as I am about to. Yeah, you may think WWE might do better than me right now, but that's just your opinion. Now, basically what happened was that, well, first I'm going to tell you the matches that happened. It was in a pre-show, The Miz versus Cody Rhodes. Then the matches as followed on the pay-per-view were Chris Jericho versus Fandango, Dean Ambrose versus Kofi Kingston for the United States Championship, Sheamus versus Mark Henry in a strap match where you have to touch all four turnbuckles in one complete shot, which means you touch one turnbuckle, you go to the next and the next and the next. But if you've been interfered between those, you have to start all over again. And well, that was the match. And then there was Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger in an I Quit match for the #1 contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship. And the reason why the match was changed between the triple threat to a singles match was because Dolph Ziggler has suffered a concussion, so he could not make the pay-per-view. So they thought, just change the match, keep the two superstars in it. Well, it ended up being an I Quit match for the World Heavyweight Championship #1 contendership. Then the next match was the Shield's Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Team Hell No, Kane and Daniel Bryan, in a Tornado Tag Team match for the Tag Team Championship. Next was the Viper Randy Orton versus the world's largest athlete, The Big Show, in an Extreme Rules match. Next was John Cena versus Ryback for the WWE Championship in a Last Man Standing match. And lastly, it was Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Triple H in a steel cage match. Now, the winner of the pre-show, The Miz versus Cody Rhodes, The Miz came out as the winner with the figure 4 leg lock as the winning move of the match. Then, to kick off the pay-per-view, it was Chris Jericho versus Fandango, or as he likes to say it, Fandango. Yeah, that's just my impression of him. Interpretation, impersonation, whatever. Anyways, it's Chris Jericho versus Fandango, and Chris Jericho ended up beating him. Boom. That was a great match. Boom. Then Dean Ambrose faced Kofi Kingston for the United States Championship. Now, here's something that we never thought we would see in the first place to kick off the pay-per-view for the Shield. And that is the Shield becoming a United States Champion. Dean Ambrose becoming the United States Champion. I honestly didn't see that coming. I honestly didn't see Dean Ambrose facing Kofi Kingston. But it happened, and he's the United States Champion now. Because Dean Ambrose beat Kofi Kingston and is now the United States Champion of the WWE. Next, we have Sheamus versus Mark Henry in a strap match, and Sheamus ended up beating Mark Henry. Now, let's move on down to Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger in the I Quit match for the #1 contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this match, mind you, was a great match to start off with for these two combatants, and well, in my opinion, it was just a great pay-per-view altogether. The entire pay-per-view came out perfectly. And well, this match in particular was one of my best, one of my favorites, because I love the I Quit match type of match, where not only does the referee get to speak every few seconds asking if the wrestlers want to quit or not, because I'm a referee myself for a local independent wrestling company. No, not only because of that, but because as a fan itself, it seems better in a way. Because you're not just pinning him 1, 2, and 3 and letting him submit or anything. No. You're actually going to the extreme limit and making him shout the words that I know nobody ever wants to shout in the WWE or TNA or any other company in that matter who's using an I Quit match. And that is, I quit. Nobody ever wants to shout those 2 words. But, in the end, at Extreme Rules 2013, Alberto Del Rio made Jack Swagger shout the 2 words that he never wanted to shout. I quit. Therefore, your winner of that match, Alberto Del Rio. Now let's move on down the list. Now it is the Tornado Tag Team match for the WWE Tag Team Championship between the Shield's Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus the champions at the time, Kane and Daniel Bryan, Team Hell No. First off, where'd they even get the name Team Hell No? Not on that episode of Raw, but I'm saying in general, where did WWE get the name Team Hell No for them? You tell me. Anyways, the match started off with Kane and Daniel Bryan fighting it off between the Shield by themselves, and the match ended. The match was about 7 minutes and 24 seconds before the match ended, and that was the entire length of the match, time-wise. And the winners ended up leaving Extreme Rules, were Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. So now the Shield themselves are all sorts of champions. Rollins and Reigns are the tag team champions, and Ambrose is the United States champion. So the Shield have their own tag team championships and United States championship belts now that they're carrying for the company. Now next was Randy Orton versus The Big Show in an Extreme Rules match. Now, what did I think of this? If you were to ask me that, I would say worst match ever. Worst. Just totally bad. Totally bad. It did not seem good to me. It did not seem like a reasonable match to happen. A Giant versus Randy Orton. Now, I know that to some people this may sound good, this may sound bad, but to me it just didn't seem like an interesting match. I have no reasons for it, just didn't interest me. But Randy Orton ended up beating The Big Show with a punt kick, and ended up beating him 1, 2, and 3. Pinfall. Now let's go to the most interesting match of the evening. John Cena putting his WWE Championship on the line against Ryback. Now this match I have a lot to say about, positively wise, because this match ended in a no contest. The reason is because Ryback put himself and John Cena through the wall underneath the Titantron. He speared him right through the entire wooden wall or cement wall, whatever it was. He speared him right through the wall. And the match ended up with John Cena being carried out on a stretcher. Now that's an extreme match. That is a match that I love to see. Is when they take it to the extreme themselves and do whatever they can just to knock out the person in front of them. Now that's a match I love. That's a match I like. Alright, now I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with the Brock Lesnar versus Triple H Steel Cage match here on the WWE show. Extreme Rules 2013 review when we come back. I will be back on in just a few seconds. Just give me a few seconds. Here is Axis Unknown. Here's Axis Unknown's The Prophecy, Order of the Black. Welcome back. Now let's talk about the Triple H versus Brock Lesnar steel cage match. My opinion, was an okay match. Not boring, not exciting, but an okay match to watch. If I had to say, would I suggest to watch it? Somewhat, yes. If you're interested in a brawler versus a extremist, such as Triple H, because he'll do anything to win a match when it's at an extreme, no DQ stipulation match. Well, what he did was he brought in the sledgehammer, ended up trying to smash it in Brock Lesnar's head, but was unable to do that. Instead, Paul Heyman got in the ring, gave him a low blow to Triple H. Brock would end up grabbing the sledgehammer, slamming